there's a period in the first week of November typically that we kind of refer to as the Asylum period. And in this particular time, they're very, very apt to come into rattling and grunting. And when they come in, it's typically going to happen fast, and it's going to happen more than once. So you want to stay ready all the time because you never will know where they're coming from and when they're going to show up. I reached over and I grabbed my black racks. I did a short rattling sequence. And I see him kind of skirting up on the side hill there. I hit him with a doe bleat. He turned on a beeline, came right to the tree. And again, going back to that Asylum or that zombie phase, you can see that this buck is in bad shape. He's got an eye that's missing. He's got a big scar on his neck that's all tore open and infected. And he just looks like walking death. That just shows you what these bucks are willing to put themselves through during this phase in order to hook up with a doe. Well, we decided to walk this buck because he was just a 3-year-old and looked like he had some great potential. But we know that rattling is working. So he drifted off. I grabbed my black racks again, hammered them together. I mean, really, really getting after it. All of a sudden, I see a small buck coming right to the tree, and he kind of stops and looks. And lo and behold, here comes another small buck up the creek, and they meet about halfway. And it was just insane. He starts posturing and licking his nose and just posturing up to this other small buck. And we had Clash of the Titans, I guess. And they were really throwing down there for a while. Well, it's really, really rare to see these small bucks battling like this. You know, it's just almost unheard of to have bucks of that size really lock up and throw down. But it made it very, very clear that rattling is what they want right now. Any buck is responding to this. It doesn't matter if he's a 3-year-old or a 1.5-year-old or maybe a 5-year-old. They're all responding to rattling. It's turning them inside out, and they just can't resist. They want to come in and investigate and see what's going on. So these two small bucks leave. Sure enough, I'm going to grab my black racks again. I hammer down on them.
He's coming around to the left.
And I bet I didn't rattle for 15 seconds. Boom, here comes a buck, and he's standing right in front of us, staring back past the tree, and there's another buck coming in from behind us. And next thing you know, the buck in front of me and the buck behind me lock eyes, and they decide to start doing the spiral around my tree, and they're posturing and wanting to connect. The standoff buck starts easing in, he starts doing some posturing, and they end up doing this little dance right around the tree as he's driving off this other 3-year-old buck. It was just really, really cool to watch. And you can tell that he's definitely trying to control the area, and he's trying to run off this other buck and claim it for his own.
I bet I didn't rattle with the black racks for 20 seconds. Had one up above us to the left and one straight out front. They seen each other, started posturing. It's pretty neat. They're starting to get bigger.
Just because you didn't call in a buck that you're willing to harvest doesn't mean that he's not out there. And he might respond to this frenzy you've created. And it's just a huge advantage to have all these live decoys working in your favor.
Want to experience the same results you just witnessed? Use what the Deer Society experts use. The Extinguisher Deer Call and Black Rack Rattling system are the highest-rated deer communication systems of all time, and less than 1% of deer hunters will have the opportunity to buy one this season. Get yours today at thedeersociety.com. Order now.